Now, going over to the cultural part podcast, you have Representative Nancy Mace introducing a bill banning biological men from going to girls' bathrooms in D.C. And she posted a viral video, which we'll take a look at right now. Now, this comes to us thanks to Representative Nancy Mace herself on the good old X, or as three people, I think, still call it Twitter. Or if you're British, you call it Twitter, which, like most British things, does sound funny and amusing. Now, straight from her account, she says, quote, "I never thought we would need a sign for this, but women's restrooms are for biological women and not men." And here you can see her right outside the women's restroom right there. Now, sure, it's just rudimentary handwritten. Granted, her handwriting is much more eloquent than mine. You can actually read what she says. And she just takes a piece of, looks like, now, I'm a little disappointed she didn't use cardstock. This is just a piece of printer paper. I understand it gets the point across, but I mean, there's already folds on that. It does not look very professional. Now, if you really want to do grade A trolling, she should have 3D printed a sign, perhaps, or go to your local Kinko's. Well, I know they're no longer in existence. Perhaps a FedEx print shop or something to that effect, and get a really nice, really thick sign. That, I mean, even a woke, soy boy could take that sign down. I mean, that's, I think, only held up by Scotch tape. At least do something like ticky tack. I mean, that would probably be above the strength or grip strength of most leftists. But nevertheless, she does have she added a little, maybe a half of a piece of printer paper, and it simply says biological, and is in front, or rather on top of the placard that says women, and it has a picture of a gal in a dress and the handicap gal. Or no, isn't the handicap logo unisex? It should have a dress in that handicap logo. We need to fix that, America. Really get better with our marketing. But I was going to say, it's about halfway through. Let's see, did she say anything? No. She does end it with simply, Office of Congressman Nancy Mace. I thought there'd be something else. A little boring of an ending. Gets her name on the page, I guess. Interestingly enough, we'll see if she does any comic relief. Sure, she has some, I don't know. I think that maybe do an SNL where she has some of her friends cross-dressed and she hits them with the mace. And it is something to the kin of Nancy Mace is the mace of protecting the bathroom. Something to that effect. I'm sure how she not leaned into her name more? I mean, your name is Mace. Why not lean into the pun? I mean, that's barely even a name at all. It's kind of comical. It's almost as ridiculous as to be called something like topping, like a pizza. Oh, but I partially digress. And, of course, this went pretty darn viral. Got 9.9 million views, as well as 96,000 likes. And another friendly reminder to click that like button below. Or dislike it, leave a comment, and let me know why. Or tell your friends, or your enemies. They might be so irate that you send this, kind of akin to poking the bear, so perhaps not recommended, but maybe your enemies then become your friends because you bond over the eloquence of my show. I'm not saying the Las Vegas odds of that are even close to 1%, but it is technically a percentage point, somewhere along the line. Now, going to the top comments, one of the first ones comes from Valentina Gomez, says, quote, "You're a clout chaser, Nancy." This is about 39 seconds long. This is, again, Valentina Gomez. Let's see what she has to say.
"A chick with a dick is trying to use the women's restroom in Congress, and now all the hypocrites are trying to get publicity and more Twitter followers. But where was this energy when Leah Thomas and other men infiltrated women's sports and spaces over 3 years ago?
Good question.
These politicians don't care if your little girl gets brain damage from being forced to play against the men. They only care when it affects them. These are not public servants. These are opportunists. I may just have to run for Congress and show these clowns how to protect women and children from pedophiles, groomers, and chicks with dicks."
I'm actually surprised. How is she not? For some reason, I thought Valentina Gomez was running for Congress or some political position. But nevertheless, that's a good question. Where were you 3 years ago, Miss Mace? I mean, one of the most controversial cultural things in the United States was Leah Thomas stealing away opportunities from Riley Gaines in the collegiate swimming divisions, which, yes, some people do watch swimming. To me, it's pretty boring. But nevertheless, people do watch and tune into swimming competitions. And again, scholarships are stolen. Women are literally getting their bones broken and being beaten up when biological men are invading their sports. I mean, just yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I reported on a volleyball player, a biological male, who hit a girl so hard she broke a bone, and the guy laughed at her. Disgusting. Other top comments come from Gunther Eagleman, says epic, getting 319 likes. Email Chong says you're going to make the Dems mad, getting 249 likes. Patriarch Hannah, which I haven't seen her post in a little while. She has some pretty hilarious memes. She says, quote, "It's kind of funny that you were the first woman to graduate from a formerly all-male school, and now you're mad at the men for taking away women's spaces. You contributed to this, Nancy." Interesting. I didn't know that. Paul Zupa also says it's 2024 and some Democrats still don't understand basic biology. In 20 likes. Well, they're also the same people who say men can get pregnant. Which, again, if anyone ever starts to... it's kind of a good way to just combat any Democrat position. They say anything at all, just be like, wait a minute. Talk about science. You believe men can get pregnant? That's your party ideal? Really? You also have Heidi Lindsay saying, quote, I don't wake up every day wondering what genitals other people have. Nancy Miles is that person. So weird. The contrarian statement gave 4.2 thousand likes. Retired publicist says, how about this? And they have backed in signs, and instead of saying men and women, it's simply XYXX on the doors, getting 1,000 likes. The Horse Whisperer says, you're such a performative ass, getting 5.2 thousand likes. Ooh, she's getting roasted. Base Electrician simply has a picture, instead of the biological woman or the women's washroom sign, it's a picture of herself. Got 9 likes, kind of funny. Rick, he, him, gay pride flag emoji says also, how are you sure you are a biological female? Some of us have doubts. Getting 1.1 thousand likes. Yeah, I don't know about that. Bruce Balau says, never back down from these delusional Fs, getting 420 likes. Rick, he, him also says, quote, so you're going to inspect everyone's genitals before they enter a restroom? That's a creepy as F. Getting 1.1 thousand likes, which, yeah, I don't think anyone with a modicum of intelligence thinks that's actually going to happen. We also have Jenna Hoach saying biological women are the only kind of women, getting 634 likes. Becca Michelle, A+ for marketing, you know exactly what she's all about. She says, you're awesome. Don't let these people bully you. Thank you for what you're doing. Getting 325 likes. Let's see. Trying to see. Yeah, pretty good. Actually, pretty good mix of left, right, and middle opinions down here, as this is, become a political issue as well. Let's see. Rick McGuire says your reply, and says, this is from Will Tanner, saying she destroyed male-only spaces, demanding the Citadel open to women, and obviously an egregious, terrible idea if the goal is to build masculine camaraderie of the sort of that wins wars. That got 113 likes. Let's see here. Scrolling down more and more. Interesting, very long profile name. You don't know the power of the dog side. Interesting. And it's not Snoop Dogg's, or Darth. It has a picture of Darth Vader. So it's not about the Snoop Dogg. And he says, sign of the times. And it's just a screenshot of Representative Nancy Mace. So pretty good mix of opinions. Again, maybe she's just looking to score political points. Who knows in terms of, how authentic this really is. It is a good question. Where was she, when a lot of people are calling for action for collegiate swimming to be protected and female sports to be protected years ago? And let me know, do you think this will long-term help her in a career? Do you think she's being authentic? And what do you think the cultural preference is in the United States? I think, again, Trump did win, first time in 20 years, he won the popular vote, as well as winning electoral college. To me, I think that hints that a majority of Americans are against having biological men and female washrooms. But let me know in the comments, do you think we're still seeing that cultural shift in that way? Or do you think it's going to pendulum will swing the other? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, it'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.